Hello, so this is a little introduction to using Google Forms. So first of all, you need to go onto Google and make sure you're signed in. So I'm already signed in. I'm going to click on the Google Apps and click on Drive. Now we have Classroom, that might not be available to you, but if you click on Drive and you'll see everything that you have uploaded. I've got lots of different folders, but we're going to have a quick look at using Google Forms. So I'm just going to create a new one now. So top left here, you click New, and then you go down to Google Forms, and it will create a new tab and a brand new form for you to do. So I'm just going to call this one Year 7 Homework, if I can spell homework. And then you think about things that you can do. So obviously you want them to tell you what their name is, make sure that it's required, so you can have things if it's an optional choice. Now I always put in what set they're in if you have that as an option, with a little drop down box. Later on you can actually import these, so if you have loads and it's annoying to type them all in each time, but again in this one it's just quite easy, just put those as options. So questions, so what does the keyword dynamics mean? And then you can give them options. Now you can either make it so that there's multiple choice, or if you just want them to have one word options, or there's lots of different things I'll show you in a minute. Now at the moment this isn't a quiz, this is just a form. So what I need to do, as you see, I can't say which is the right answer. So if I look at the little settings at the top, and then click to quizzes and then make this a quiz. Now you can on the general go back to get their email addresses. If I click on general here, so you can collect their email addresses, but I don't do that because you ask them for their name. So then you click on answer key. This is going to let them know if it's right or wrong. And so obviously it's volume, and you can decide how many points that's worth. So I'm going to add another question in here. So which instrument has 4 strings and is the lowest string instrument? So I want the answer to be double bass, but I want them to type that in. So I want a short answer. So I need to write what the answers could be. So again, I'm going to make it required. So click on answer key. Now, the issue with this is that if they incorrectly spell it, that, it's not going to come up. But you also need to write it if they put capitals or if they don't. So I've just put double bass 3 times with or without capitals. So sometimes that can be a little bit of an issue. But again, making that 1 point. Good thing about this is you can add YouTube clips. So, for example, put in the 2 cellos, and I can choose one of their video clips. Obviously, if you can't access YouTube in your school, that might be an issue, but generally they can use it on their phones when they go home. So watch the video and answer the questions below. And then I add some more questions asking about the video. So again, I'm going to make this one multiple choice. So you can see that there's multiple choices, check boxes. So if you want them to have more than one option, this one, they can only have one option. Big violins seems to be an option quite a lot for my kids. So cello's obviously being the right answer, putting it to 1 point and making it required. So if I now have a look to see what it would look like. I'm just scrolling down. So I'm now going to preview what it would look like. So it comes up in a new tab. So this is what they would then answer in. And that's what it would look like for them. But for us to see what the answers are, we click on responses and then click on this little button here, which is create spreadsheet. Now this will create it in your Drive, back where you created your homework form. And you can see here that you've got the questions at the top. So I'm going to be my little Jack the Lad, Middleset Year 7. And I'm going to answer some of these questions. I decided to get that one right. Big violins. And so now they can click on there and view their score, and they can see what they've got wrong and what they've got right. I always ask mine to do it more than once to try to get full marks. But it's up to you. You can make it so you don't want them to do it more than once. So they can just click and do another response. So if I now look here, you can see that Jack the Lad's got 1 out of 3. He's a middle set. So you can then look through there. However, if you want then to give them some feedback, you can add answer feedback. So incorrect answers, you can write in here what you want them to say. But you can also, I quite like to just put well done for correct answers as well. So here I am just writing well done for the correct answers, and then just writing a little bit of feedback for the incorrect answers. Now, obviously, once they've done it, it will show you what the right answer is. But it's quite nice to just give them a little bit more feedback, especially if it's something that they often get wrong. So now if I go back and I'm Jack the Lad again and answer these questions, you will see that obviously if I get the second question wrong again, it will show me my feedback. So if I click on view score, it will tell me that I've still got it wrong, and then my feedback is there. But it tells me everything else that I've done correctly. So you can see that I've got my second set of answers from Mr. Jack the Lad there. So to send it out, there's a link, direct link. There's an embed code there, and you can decide. So again, that's what the code would like, send you straight there. So you can put it up on whatever homework platform you use. So it would then be saved in your drive. I've got all these different folders. So if you find your year 7 homework, I think I'm just gonna have to scroll down to it. I've got far too many things in my drive, but I'm quite pleased with it. If you scroll down, so it means that more than one person in your department, if they've got a bigger department, can use it. So if you right click, you can then share with other people. So if you go up to where it says share with a little plus sign, you can then type in the email address of anybody else that you want to be able to edit it. You can do the same thing if you're in using a folder, so you could do lots of them in folders. So for example, if I now scroll up to my homework folder, so I've put them all in here. I share it with the other person in my department. And we've got lots of different things in here for year 7, 8, 9. We've even got A-level things. So 10-mark questions we've put in here too. These aren't forms. These are Google Docs, which they share and have their own version of. But they're all in here. And hopefully that makes sense.